Hi, I'm Susan at Fellowship Square Historic Mesa. We offer independent living, assisted living, and memory care for seniors. We also offer a wide variety of supportive and life-enriching services to help our residents maintain their independence, thrive, and live with purpose. We are proud to be a part of Christian Care, a nonprofit corporation founded in 1979 in recognition the need to provide quality and affordable housing for Arizona's seniors. Our mission is simple. Through Christian love and excellence, we are dedicated to providing a fulfilling lifestyle and promoting independence to those we serve. This and one of our most important and popular resident opportunities is lifelong learning and education. Of current and particular concerns is the subject of scams targeting seniors according to the Senate Special Committee on Aging. In 2019, seniors lost an estimated $2.9 billion from financial exploitation, with IRS impersonation being the #1 most common scam. Today, we are honored to have Patty Gallagher, Crime Prevention Officer with the Mesa Police Department, join us. Patty will be educating us on some of the more common scams that are currently targeting seniors and some tips to help keep them from becoming a victim.
I'm Patty Gallagher. I'm your Crime Prevention Officer with the Mesa Police Department for the Central District. I've been over here at Fellowship Square many times and visited with the residents and given you some hopefully great tips on scams. So today, that's what I'm going to talk about again, is some of the newer scams that we're dealing with. Just happens that yesterday was the beginning of the Identity Theft Awareness Week. So that's pretty scary because that's usually what people are trying to get from you is your identity. And the scams give them that opportunity. Of course, they want your money more than anything, but if they get your identity, they get your money too. According to the Federal Trade Commission, last year in 2020, they had 1.4 million cases of identity theft. That was doubled from 2019. So that's a lot, 700,000 to 1.4 million, that's big. So it is a big issue. In addition, they had 394 government benefits fraud cases, that's such as unemployment fraud, that kind of thing. That was for 2020, up from only 12,900 in 2019. So we went from 12,900 to over 394,000. That's huge. So a lot of times it's simply because these scammers are able to get you on the phone or through an email or text message and talk you into giving them your personal information. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, of course, is the COVID-19 scams. Anytime there's any kind of a situation where it's a national emergency or even like, Hurricane Katrina, different things like that. Anytime there's something like that, scammers they're on the phone immediately and they start their scams. So with COVID-19, they started right away with those. And of course, the first thing was tests. They were trying to talk people into, oh, we can get you a test. We can get it to you faster. All we need is your bank account information, and then we can send you the test. So I want you to know that you should only ever get tests from a legitimate healthcare provider. Talk to your doctor. Or if you don't have a primary care physician or can't get through to them, then contact your state or local health department and confirm where is a legitimate place to get a test. Now they're also doing it at pharmacies, so that's okay too. If you walk in and they say they have the COVID-19 testing, most of them do, and that's legitimate as well. But if you're getting emails, texts, phone calls, not legitimate. It's a scam. And one of the first things they're going to ask you for is your information, And that is personal information, social security number, financial information such as your bank account or credit card number, and then it goes on from there. That is one of your first signs that it's a scam. The next thing, of course, is cures. They went from the tests to the cures. There is no cure that you can purchase. You can't just purchase a cure for COVID-19. You have to be treated by a medical, in a medical facility or by a healthcare provider. You cannot just purchase that stuff online, and it depends on you. You can't, there's no one thing that cures. And you never want to take different things to try to build your own cure. Make sure that you're contacting your healthcare provider and following their guidelines, and they will help you to get what you need and take care of you that way. And then, of course, now we have the vaccines. So they jumped on that, some even before the actual vaccines had been released. First of all, you cannot pay to put your name on a list. You should never have to pay any money for that. It's provided by the government, so you do not have to pay for that vaccine. And so again, if someone contacts you and says, "Oh, I can put you on the list," just give me your social security number, your bank account information, or a credit card number, you know it's a scam. You cannot pay to get put on that list. You just have to get online and get on the list or work through your healthcare provider again. You cannot pay to get early access to it. That's another scam. They were calling people and telling them, or sending emails or text messages that we can get you early access. We can get you in there first, head of the line. You can't pay to do that. No legitimate person or agency will ever call, text, or email you and ask for your social security number, bank account, or credit card numbers. If they're doing that, it's a scam. You should know right up front, nope, hang up that phone. And ignore the ads. You cannot purchase the vaccine anywhere. So if you see an ad or any kind of, again, text message, call, or email that says, we have the vaccine and for X amount of dollars you can purchase it, you cannot. That's not legitimate. You will send them your money, but you will never get it because that's not how they're distributed. So again, it's a scam. I can't say that enough. You only ever want to take a legitimate vaccine from your healthcare provider or state or local health department. Make sure that you're going to a legitimate place. For instance, if you did give out information and they said, "Oh yeah, show up here," and you get there and you're the only person there, don't get out of your vehicle, turn around and go back home because it is not legitimate. So again, you cannot pay for that stuff. You have to just get on the list, be patient, and wait for your turn and get it from someone legitimate so that you know that you are getting an actual legitimate vaccine. The next thing that goes along with this COVID stuff is the stimulus checks. As you know, last year many people got a stimulus check. Now, what people were doing, scammers right off the bat, they were calling, emailing, and texting and telling people that they could get them their stimulus check faster, a higher amount. There were so many things, and that's not how it works. So please don't fall for that. There's a possibility there may be another stimulus check coming out. If you are receiving Social Security benefits, you will automatically get the check. You don't have to do anything. And another thing is the government, IRS, Social Security, they will not contact you and ask you for your information. They've already got it. They have everything they need. Now, on the other hand, if you check your checking account and everyone's around you saying, "Yeah, I got my stimulus check," maybe a few months, or yeah, I guess it was in December. If you didn't get it, then you can contact the IRS and let them know that you didn't get it, or you can contact Social Security. But make sure you're calling the actual numbers. Don't take something off of an ad or an email or something else that you've gotten. Look up that number, use the actual government number, and let them know. And then they'll help you through that process. But again, you won't be contacted to get your information. They won't ask for your personal information. They won't ask for your social security number, your bank account information so they can deposit it. They were contacting, or scammers were contacting people not too long ago and asking for their bank account number, saying that we need to deposit your check, but we don't have that. That's not going to happen. So if you stop and think for a minute, the government's pretty busy. You know, they're pretty busy right now, and they aren't making phone calls to individuals and saying, hey, did you get your check? Or I have your check and I just need to get it to you. They just don't have time to do that. It's your responsibility to contact them if you did not receive it. But otherwise, you know, it'll come when it comes, and if we get another one, then you will be, you know, it'll go automatically into your bank account. You don't have to do anything. And the other thing is too, you cannot pay to get a larger amount. You cannot pay to have it come to you faster. It just doesn't work that way. It's an exact amount. It's given to everyone that qualifies for it, and there's nothing you can do to change that timing or the amount. So please don't fall for that scam. That's just, you know, that's what they're after. They just want your personal information in hopes that they can steal your information and maybe wipe out your bank account. And that's another thing that happens once they get your bank account number, and sometimes they'll even ask you for a PIN number. You don't want to give that out because they will wipe out your bank account. They will take all that money and it's gone. And a lot of times too, when you get those phone calls, text messages, etc., when you look on the phone, maybe you have caller ID. You can't always trust caller ID. They do what's called spoofing, where they can change what it looks like that number's coming from. So they can use any phone number and have it show up on your caller ID as Internal Revenue Service or Social Security. They can change those just so it shows up that way. So don't trust that. If you get a phone call like that, hang up and look up the number and call the actual number and ask them, hey, I just got this phone call. Was someone trying to get a hold of me? So, you know, be really careful and cautious. You don't want to ever, you know, give out any kind of information you know, that they can take and wipe out your bank account. Because once it's gone, it's really, really difficult to get it back. And again, with the identity theft, if they steal your identity, say you have really good credit and, you know, you got a little money in a bank, that's who they're looking for. They want to take your stuff, and then they will go and start charging, you know, they might buy a house or a car in your name because you have good credit, and change your address. There's so many things that they do. It's really difficult to get that corrected. So don't give it out to begin with, and that will help. Now, I really like the Federal Trade Commission because they have some wonderful stuff on scams. It's the ftc.gov. They sent out a brochure. It's called How to Avoid a Scam. This one's really good because it actually gives some step-by-step things to do. First of all, there's 4 signs that it is a scam. Scammers pretend to be from an organization you know. So again, that goes back to like the caller ID. It may look like they are from IRS, Social Security, Medicare. They may make up an organizational name or one that they think you're familiar with, and they'll use that. So you have to be really careful. Number 2, how to a sign that it's a scam. Scammers say there's a problem or a prize. It seems to be either one or the other. There's a problem with this, there's a problem with that. We need you to give us your information and so we can fix it for you. They just want to fix the amount of money in their pocket. So please don't fall for that one. Or a prize. Sometimes they'll say, oh no, you've won a prize because you did this and we were going to send this money out. But first you need to send us the tax amount for it. And they want you to pay things up front. Or they'll send you a check that's larger than it should be and want you to send some back and to hold out for the taxes. All scams, all of them. Number 3 sign that it's a scam. scammers pressure you to act immediately. When they call you, they want you to do it right now. You have to hurry. You only have, another 5 minutes and we have to have this information or you lose your stimulus check. They make it sound like it's a critical incident and you have to do something immediately or everything's going to be lost. And that's not the case. Again, it's a scam. The fourth one is scammers will tell you to pay in a specific way. That's a really interesting one because the newest thing that they do is they want you to pay with gift cards. They may tell you that you have a fine, you have to pay a fine or you're going to go to jail and you have to pay with a gift card. Just go down to the store, buy this gift card and then call or they'll stay on the phone with you and just read the number off on the back as soon as you purchase it. That's a big scam and a lot of people are being taken on that. Once that number, they have that number, that's all they need. They take the money off of it. You'll never hear from them again. And so again, that's a scam. Or they may tell you to wire money. We just don't wire money anymore. There's different ways to send money to people. And so that's a big red flag that that's a scam. So you don't want to do that. Some of the ways that you can avoid a scam is block unwanted calls and text messages. If you have a smartphone or any kind of a cell phone where it shows that's the caller on your recents, you can scroll up and push block this caller. That's a good thing to do. If they continue to call you, block the caller and then they can't get through anymore. I even get phone calls like that on my work telephone. So please, they have no boundaries. And so don't fall for that. Block those numbers. Number 2, don't give your personal information or financial information in response to a request that you didn't expect. So in other words, if someone calls you and it's a cold call, basically, they're calling you to ask you for information, you didn't call them. There's your red flag. No, you don't give information out over the telephone, through text messages, or over email. You keep your personal information personal. So we don't ever want to give that information out. Another one is resist that pressure to act immediately. Stop. You want to stop, think, hang up the phone. If it's a phone call, hang that up and then talk to someone you trust, and trust, and will help you through that and help you reason it out and go, does this sound legitimate? That's what you want to do. You want to reach out to a trusted family member or friend and talk to them about it, but don't act immediately. If it's an immediate, you're going to lose the deal, it's a scam, okay? Another one is know how scammers tell you to pay. Like I just said, the gift cards, you cannot pay fines or debts that are due with a gift card. The only thing you can use that gift card for is to go into that store and purchase something. It's to purchase something new. That's why they're gift cards. Kids love them because they get to shop. But you can't pay fines or any kind of a debt with a gift card. Even the stores that send those out, you can't use that gift card if you have an account there. You can't use that as payment on your account. So that's a good thing to remember, that's the only way. And then again, I can't say it enough, stop and talk to someone. Stop, think, disconnect, and talk to someone. That's what you want to do for each and every one of these scams. This one is on miscellaneous scams. And these are tried and true, they continue, they're constant. And they may go away for a few months and then they start back up again. And the reason they do that is because people fall for them. So the first one, of course, is a Social Security scam. One of the newer ones that's going around is someone will call you, it may even show up on your caller ID as Social Security or SSA, and it's not, because they've spoofed that and they've changed who it's coming from so it appears to be from them, and it's not. It's a scammer. And what they will do is they will tell you that your Social Security number has been compromised and you have to call this number or text this number or click this link immediately because they've closed your account. First of all, if your Social Security number has been used by another person, Social Security usually doesn't know that. they have no way of knowing that, tracing that, checking into it. Some of the credit bureaus may see that and see that your number's been used, but they aren't going to call you either. It's really on you to know if your number's been used. That's why you want to check your credit report often, monthly if you can, at least once a year or twice a year if you can. Social Security, they will never call you and tell you that because again, they don't know that. And they won't close your account. They don't close your account until you've passed away. And then even at that, a family member has to submit a certificate of death. So, if they call you and tell you they're doing that, it's a scam. Big red flag, it's a scam. Second one is the IRS scams. They will never call you and tell you you're behind on your taxes, we're putting out a warrant for your arrest. Scammers do that. Scammers will call you again, maybe make it look like it's their number that it's coming from and it's not. They will call you and say that there's a warrant out for your arrest, you didn't pay your taxes, and if you don't call or pay them immediately, if they get you on the phone, you have a live person, they will ask you to give them your bank account number, your credit card number. They'll tell you have to pay right now or somebody's coming over and they're going to arrest you because there's a warrant. That's not the case. It's not going to happen. IRS, Social Security only contact you through the U.S. mail. If they call you, it's only if you've called them, given someone your phone number and asked them to have a representative return your phone call. And you expect that number. So if that number comes in, you know for a fact that you've asked for that. But otherwise, they don't contact you. The other one is jury duty scam. Again, they will call you and say, you've missed jury duty. There's a warrant out for your arrest and we're going to come and get you because you didn't do this. But if you pay this fine, then we won't come and arrest you. And they will ask you to go down and buy if you don't want to give them your bank account number or a credit card number, they'll ask you to go down and buy a gift card at the store. They'll keep you on the phone and say, well, we have to keep you on the phone to make sure you aren't running away. They make up whatever excuse. Remember, they do this all day long. It's their job, so they make things up as they go. And they want you to buy a gift card for $500 or something and then read the number off on the back. Again, it's a scam. That money is gone. And for jury duty, if you miss jury duty, you're going to get a notice in the mail that you've missed jury duty. You need to contact the courts and explain what happened, and they'll work it out with you. They don't issue a warrant, and we certainly never call someone and tell them we have a warrant and we're coming to pick them up. They even call us at the police department and tell us that they have a warrant for us. It has happened, one of my coworkers, so we were laughing. But again, that's a scam. So please don't fall for that. And if someone sends you the last one is the fake check scam. They send you a check and tell you that you've won a prize and all you need to do is deposit that money and then send them back that money. All of that money is gone plus what you send them because the check is bad. And it may take a week before it shows up that it's bad. So please don't take checks. They'll send them in the mail or however they do it. Don't take those and never send money back. And then one last one really quick is Arizona Department of Transportation said that there's a text message that's coming out and that they're saying that your driver's license has been compromised or that you need to renew it. And so click this link. Do not click the link. It can put malware on your phone or your computer, and they're trying to get your personal information. Arizona Department of Transportation will not contact you that way. If something's wrong with your driver's license, you are responsible for knowing if it's expired or whatever. So again, those are just some of the extra scams. Please be extra careful. And once again, stop, think, disconnect.